Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. It's been a few interesting months without a video, without any content. But I'm bringing you one of the Benelli, update video. Bike has 3,055 miles on it. Ownership is exactly 1 year, and it is holding up exceptionally well. We could go through some of the wear items, see how they're wearing, and I mean 3,055 miles, that's fairly good for 1 year. So here in the front we got obviously tons of tread on the front tire. The front brakes are wearing pretty well. I would love to upgrade them. I had tons of upgrades possibly ready for this. The front rotors are doing well. Obviously some bluing due to extreme braking. The oil cooler is doing really well. The paint is holding up quite well. Has a couple wear items, and I'll show you guys where. We got some wear right here. Obviously bug hits in the front. This is doing actually really well. Everything's doing quite well. In fact, here we got some knee placement, which is not too bad for what it is, and just everything else is bug hits or mud or dirt. We're going back around. No LEDs are out at all on anything. All the lights are functionally well. All the instrument cluster works very well. Everything works as it does, when it was brand new. One thing that is wearing extremely crazy is the rear brake. It is ballooning extremely due to high heat. The brake fluid was changed out probably at, this is basically 1,500 miles, and I changed it out to race from Mofol or something weird like that. Holding up really well. Obviously it's getting a little brown in the rear. The front is doing very well. It needs an oil change. That's one of the items that it needs at the moment, but it doesn't need it immediately. Now what you guys can see is the dump. I had the cat still, but hollowed out. The weld started rusting. A lot of you told me those look like shit. Yeah, they did, because I feel like taking the powder coating off as much, and it was such a bitch trying to make it just a little bit louder, and it just looked like shit. So I just chopped it. So it is literally headers coming down, O2 sensor, and just solid dump. And this thing is stupid loud, like really loud. Also, I took the snorkel off of the in-tank. I took the snorkel off the in-tank. There was a snorkel that faces back for water purposes, but I went to check the in-tank one day and it was literally falling apart. So I had to hot glue more of it with all this foam shit. And I wanted to do a cold air in-tank, or the short ram cold air in-tank, and get rid of the box completely and all of this stuff back here. But obviously we all know it's been going on for the last couple months, and I don't want to put too much money in this at the moment, and that's why I ended up doing this as well. I would have loved to get the Yoshi pipe for it, but that did not come in case due to work and just uncertainty and all that stuff. But everything is holding up well. The battery's never given me problems, but yet again, I do ride this a lot, and if I don't ride it for a couple days, I do plug it in, the battery tender for the charger, the seat, nowhere, nothing, like, weird. I did have a couple issues with stuttering about 4 months ago, but I think it was this bad gas because I just ran it out of gas, filled it up with 91 Chevron, and it never did it ever again. No check engine light, nothing. The only other thing I do give you guys that you need to check quite frequently is these things right here, these bar end caps. Mine ended up getting loose, and I kept on tightening it, put blue Loctite on it, and it just fell off one day while riding. So I'm riding, you know, barless, but I mean, everything's holding up very well, dramatically well for a cheap bike. Even the chain, I mean, this chain, I mean, yeah, it was literally just tied probably a week ago, and now it's just, yeah, it needs to be redone again. And it is dirty because, where you guys can tell, I am not in Nevada, and this thing sees a lot of dirt now. Like, legitly where I am, call this the abandoned house. It used to be here and I was a kid, and I barely not no more. And literally here, it's just solid, you know, kind of paved but dirt road. So it sees dirt now, and it sees so many bugs, so many bugs. It's ridiculous. But wow, I have no complaints, guys. Nothing. If you just do your maintenance, oil changes every 500 to 800 miles, oil filter every other one, chain, brake fluid, just change it out every so often, and maybe grease the front and rear axles. I've done that once. I need to do it again. Literally, oh yeah, and clutch cable, you know, management and all that stuff. This thing has not had any other problems that I needed to go into. I mean, yeah, I've tinkered around with it and taken some things apart, like I took the head apart, not the head, but the valves. Did my own valve clearance check. Did that really easy, especially on this bike, but you gotta lift all this plastic out of the way, so it took a while. All the oil cool lines are cleaned out, just in case. You never really know. I just tinker around with it. That's what it's really meant for, is being tinkered. But I mean, I've never had anything break on this bike, and I'm extremely impressed by it. I mean, I might eventually change out the front fork oil down the road, and maybe do a little stiffer spring. It is a little soft in the front, and if you guys want to hear what the literally straight pipe sounds like, I mean, literally it's a straight pipe. There's no cat like factory, there's no muffler like factory, and it is just a solid straight. Try and put this back where it goes. So plug it in, and here it is. And this is my little battery tender. This sticks out right there. Watch this, guys. Even the key's holding up really well. It is a little dirty, but I do put some WD-40 in these occasionally, and this thing is really loud now. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? pumps, it gurgles, it backfires, it blows flames at night. Anything higher than 91 in this thing, it is pretty fucking quick actually for being how small a bike is. Right now it's running 88 ethanol free in it, because it's cheap here in Utah, and